The Pogues legend Shane MacGowan has died at age 65 after a lifetime of success in the music industry. Shane, who spent recent years in and out of hospital with various health issues, made a great impact on the world of arts and entertainment thanks to his work with his band and collaborations with artists such as Kirsty MacColl, Joe Strummer, Nick Cave, Steve Earle, Johnny Depp, Sinead O'Connor, and Ronnie Drew. The Fairytale of New York singer's death was announced today, with his wife Victoria Mary Clark saying, "Shane will always be the light that I hold before me and the measure of my dreams and the love of my life." Victoria was flooded with support as she announced the sad news on social media today, with the likes of Piers Morgan and many more famous faces paying tribute to Shane online. Shane's bandmates also issued a statement confirming the sad news, with the Pogues' official Twitter, X, account writing, "It is with the deepest sorrow and heaviest of hearts that we announce the passing of Shane MacGowan." Shane died peacefully at 3 a.m. this morning, 30th of November, 2023, with his wife Victoria and family by his side. Prayers and the last rites were read which gave comfort to his family. He is survived by his wife Victoria, his sister Siobhan and his father, Maurice, family and a large circle of friends. Further details will be announced shortly, but the family ask for privacy at this very sad time. Captioning a black and white picture of Shane holding a glass and a cigarette, taken during the singer's younger years, Victoria told fans, "I don't know how to say this, so I am just going to say it. Shane, who will always be the light that I hold before me and the measure of my dreams and the love of my life and the most beautiful soul and beautiful angel and the sun and the moon and the start and end of everything that I hold dear, has gone to be with Jesus and Mary and his beautiful mother Therese. I am blessed beyond words to have met him and to have loved him and to have been so endlessly and unconditionally loved by him and to have had so many years of life and love and joy and fun and laughter and so many adventures. There's no way to describe the loss that I am feeling and the longing for just one more of his smiles that lit up my world." Victoria concluded, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your presence in this world. You made it so very bright and you gave so much joy to so many people with your heart and soul and your music. You will live in my heart forever. Rave on in the garden all wet with rain that you loved so much, you meant the world to me." Fans of the music legend have been paying tribute to Shane online following Victoria's sad statement, with one taking to Twitter, X, to write, "R.I.P. Shane MacGowan, one of Ireland's greatest poets who encapsulated better than most what it is to be loved and love." MP Kevin Brennan told his Twitter followers, "R.I.P. Shane MacGowan, songwriting genius, first Sinead now Shane, we are the poorer." Piers Morgan shared a picture of Shane on stage with his Twitter followers and wrote, "R.I.P. Shane MacGowan, 65. Irish punk legend, genius, Pogues singer/songwriter, and Hellraiser extraordinaire. His favorite joke was, 'I was given 6 weeks to live, about 25 years ago. Let's make Fairytale of New York the Christmas #1 as a tribute.' He was born on Christmas Day. Shane, the son of Irish immigrants, was born in Kent to award-winning Feis Cole singer, and Maurice on Christmas Day 1957 and lived in many parts of southeast England throughout his childhood. The late singer drew upon his Irish heritage when he founded the Pogues in 1982, with many of the band's songs influenced by Irish nationalism, Irish history and London life in general. He spent his early childhood in Tipperary, Ireland, where his sister Siobhan previously explained he hated school but was an avid reader. He even won a Daily Mirror Literary Prize when he was 13 and a scholarship to Westminster when the family moved back to England. Music had been a huge part of Shane's childhood, and he had a vast collection of records. His younger sister Siobhan explained of her ever-eccentric brother, "The early 70s found him donning my mum's pink jacket and applying makeup for his jaunts out. Then one summer's evening in 1976 I took a picture of him in this Bolan-esque garb, proudly clutching an Iggy Pop album. 2 days later he had hacked off his regulation hippie hair and dyed it ghost white. My mum screamed." Shane made a name for himself at London Sex Pistols gigs and the early punk haunts like the Roxy, the 100 Club and Marquee, before forming the early lineup of the Pogues, then known as Pogue Mahone, which is the anglicisation of the Irish Gaelic Pog Moth Oin, meaning Kiss My Ie, in the 80s. Between 1982 and 1991, MacGowan and the Pogues enjoyed incredible success with several album releases and co-wrote Fairytale of New York, which he performed with Kirsty MacColl. Although the song never revealed the Christmas #1 spot, it has continued to be a staple festive song for many years and remains a much-loved festive tune to this day. In his personal life, Shane found love with Irish journalist Victoria Mary Clarke, with the pair tying the knot in Copenhagen in November 2018 after a decades-long relationship and subsequent 11-year engagement. Over recent years, Victoria kept Shane's fans updated on his health battles. In November 2023, Victoria took to social media to ask fans for their love and prayers as her husband received treatment in hospital for viral encephalitis, a serious condition causing swelling on the brain. Within an earlier update, Victoria heartbreakingly opened up about how she feared losing a person she loved. Victoria told her Instagram followers, "Love is the most beautiful and powerful thing that we can experience as humans, but love can also feel painful, especially if you are afraid of losing a person or anything else that you love. The really big challenge that we all face is to go beyond what our minds think are the limits of love and what love really is. A lot of the time that thing we call love can more accurately be described as attachment or desire or need or longing for closeness or connection." Shane had been using a wheelchair during the final years of his life, after shattering his pelvis in 2015. "Some days are better than others. He doesn't complain about being in pain, but it can't be hard," his partner Victoria told the Irish Post in 2021 when discussing Shane's painful injury. "Shane doesn't have any sort of disease, but he broke his pelvis a few years ago and since then has had trouble walking. I do get help with the caring, but he likes it when we can eat together and when I'm there." In 2016, Victoria revealed to the singer was sober for the first time in years and credited a serious bout with pneumonia, and his painful hip injury which required a long stay in the hospital, for his sobriety. In April 2022, Shane opened up about his health himself, telling The Spectator how he would sleep in a sumptuous hospital bed in the flat he shared with his wife, whom he met at 17. He added of his health at the time, "I have beautiful carers who come and get me out of the bed and into the lime green chair. Usually someone tries to get me to do or talk about something. Sometimes people visit, or we go out to dinner, or sometimes I end up in hospital. If I don't end up in hospital, I thank Jesus and His Holy Mother and all the saints and angels." Shane hit headlines back in 2015 when he was fitted with a set of new teeth as well as a shiny gold incisor. The late singer's oral issues were the result of years of drug and alcohol abuse. Shane credited Sinead O'Connor, who passed away at 56 in July 2023, with helping him tackle his addiction to heroin. In 2000, in an attempt to discourage her friend from using drugs, Sinead reported Shane to the police, which resulted in him being charged with drug possession. Cops found a small amount of heroin on the late singer following Sinead making a call. The charges were eventually discontinued at Highbury Corner Magistrates Court in London. Sinead went on to admit she made the decision to report her friend after finding him collapsed on the floor of his home. "I love Shane, and it makes me angry to see him destroy himself selfishly in front of those who love him," the "nothing compares to you" singer recalled at the time. Following Sinead's death, Shane and his wife paid tribute to the Irish singer, whom Shane duetted with for the 1995 track Haunted. Captioning a picture of Shane and Sinead on Instagram, the couple wrote, "We don't really have words for this, but we want to thank you, Sinead, for your love and your friendship and your compassion and your humor and your incredible music. We pray that you are at peace now with your beautiful boy. Love, Victoria and Shane." In the wake of Shane's death being announced, it's predicted his biggest hit, The Fairytale of New York, will be this year's Christmas #1, with fans and Piers Morgan calling on the festive classic to top the charts next month. Alex Apati of Ladbrokes said today, the Pogues were already clear favourites for this year's festive top spot, before this morning's tragic news. "We'd be amazed, at this point, if Fairytale of New York wasn't top of the charts come Christmas Day. The current odds are, the Pogues, 1/4, Wham, 6-1, Mariah Carey, 10-1, Jack Harlow, 12-1, Simon, 12-1, Taylor Swift, 12-1. Follow Mirror Celebs on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Threads.